Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Batwoman season, season 2 episode review, and I believe this was, if I recount, this is episode 17, I believe. I have to check it. I have to check it out because I didn't even do notes for this. I just watched it and stuff like that. Yeah, so episode 17. Titled, which I don't really give the titles. It's probably one of the most memorable titles. It's Kate. But pretty solid episode. And this is the episode that leads into the season finale, which is next week. Which I'll do my entire, which I think I'll do probably an entire, season 2 video in review of Batwoman. Because honestly, I thought it was a pretty solid season of Batwoman. Anyways, regardless of the fact, the things that happen in this episode are kind of minuscule, but they have some pretty big implications. Now, obviously, last week we knew that Cersei, pretending to be Kate, ran away, and that's what she kind of does this entire episode. You just have the characters finding really what they think is Kate, but it's really Cersei in control of the body, and they just think and they fall for the trap of them thinking it's Kate, and that's kind of the thing this episode. So if this review is kind of short, that's the thing, because we find out after they pick up Kate from the holdup. And they take her back and they arrest her and everything. They think it's okay, but it's really Cersei in control because then Luke gives her, obviously, the keys to, her motorcycle. And then we see her drive back to this one place with Blask Mask and crap, I keep freaking forgetting the character's name. Sophia. And we see that, guess what? Cersei's pretending to be Kate Kane and, catch the characters off guard. Now, on the terms for the Ryan storyline this episode, it's kind of Ryan getting back readjusted to the other characters having Kate in their lives. And she's starting to feel like everybody's starting to forget about her, and it's going to be a time when she's going to have to leave and everything because, hey, they got Kate back. Kate can probably do the Batwoman stuff again like she used to. I'm just going to be who I am. But Sylvie had a pretty great line talking to Ryan saying, listen, nobody is going to be here to kick you out and stuff like that. You made Batwoman yourself. You're your own. You made your own Batwoman, your own interpretation of Batwoman. So nobody's going to kick you out because of Kate returning and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, how about this? There's 2 Batwomen now, team up. But now we know there's going to be, obviously, Batwing next to Ryan's Batwoman. So that's pretty cool, and stuff like that. So, yeah. But it all comes to a point where Ryan, after securing something from Roman Sionis, eventually what we find out later on the Roman Sionis type of things is he's been recruiting some former past Crow members to work for him in the False Space Society. Even we see Russell Taveroff. Now we see Taveroff looks a little bit unsure about doing all this, but then Blask Mask kind of tells him hey, don't worry, we'll find a position for you that works best, and don't worry, you'll like it, and stuff like that. He kind of, I guess you can say, he kind of tempts him into going on with this stuff. So what happens next is after getting the stuff, Ryan's just chilling in her van, and then all behold, she gets essentially arrested by the GCPD for not only the information from Roman Sionis she took, which, why would you leave that there? No fucking clue. Why would you take that? You should have just left that in the Batcave. My God. And now this was totally out of control. Now it seems like the police force, some corrupt police force, GCPD cops who work under Blask Mask, essentially made it to where she had snakebite and she was gonna have the intent to, sell them off. So she gets arrested in GCPD. She's held up in obviously the little interrogation room area. But obviously her parole officer comes in and she tells Ryan, like, yo, I thought I told you you were like this close to getting out for good and you never had any problem. Now you have this. But then that's when Ryan's like, you have to believe me. I didn't do it this time. And trust and believe. And that's when the parole officer's like, okay, then why should I believe you? And she's like, it's because I'm Batwoman. So Ryan essentially tells the parole officer that she's Batwoman because she's telling him, like, look, I'm not going to get out of here. They're going to kill me regardless of the fact. Even before that whole scene, you have Ryan actually talk to Blask Mask, and essentially Ryan tries to sympathize with Blask Mask by saying, like, why are you doing all this? Look, I understand your daughter was unfairly justified and you want to seek revenge, but maybe it's not the way. Like, I understand what you're going through. I want to get revenge on somebody that meant a lot to me, but maybe you should be taking this a different approach. But Blask Mask is like, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to do things my way, or, you know, it's the highway. So obviously we know Blask Mask is gun-ho on doing it. But eventually what happens is when it looks like Ryan's going to be taken out and probably, like, I guess you could say killed, he manages to stop, thanks to the parole officer stopping the officers a bit, it gives Ryan enough time to defeat them. And by the time she defeats him, she's able to get out and leave and get back to the Batcave. Now, on the Batcave side of things is when Mary, Luke, and Sophie and the others find out what happened to Ryan, they know it's all a setup. It's looking like they're gonna have Kate go back, who they think Kate is, go back into the suit and save her. But that's when really Cersei shows her true colors. She's like, well, too bad I'm not really Kate Kane. So she shoots darts in them, and then when they recover, we see them essentially locked in the elevator. The whole elevator wiring is all busted and everything. And in the meantime, we have Cersei in Kate's body. I don't know how you're gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it Evil Kate or Fake Kate or whatever. Fake Kate is looking through all these different rooms of all Batman stuff. Like, we see some Batman homages. Then she goes to this one room where they're like, all these things are under cryo and everything. And the thing there we see a lot of things that belong to a lot of Batman villains. Like, I think we see the Mad Hatter's hat. We see a poison ivy, like, I guess, little branch thing. I don't know nothing. I didn't catch none of the other things I saw in there. I think they brought up the fact about Killer Croc's tooth, some things, but the one important thing we saw here is Venom. If you know what Venom is, that's obviously the drug that Bane uses to make himself buff up and give him extra strength. And we see in the next episode preview, it seems like somebody's gonna be given Venom, which is probably Tavaroff, that's getting the Venom treatment. So what happens is she manages to take most of Batman's rogue, gallery items and stuff like that. But in the nick of time, Ryan shows up, so we get a Ryan versus Fake Kate battle and stuff like that. But obviously, Fake Kate is too strong for Ryan. She manages to lose, even though the others get out of there. The others do get out of it, and they have this dart or this bow dart thing, like the weapon like Chewbacca has from Star Wars. It's just it actually fires legit darts. And obviously, Fake Kate's egging Sophie on, like, you're not gonna shoot your lover, aren't you? And essentially she escapes with the items, and yeah, and she took essentially everything. She took all the Batwoman weapons and the suit and everything, and we see that it seems like Fake Kate's gonna create her own, from what I heard, it's gonna be like a Red Hood type of costume, like her own Red Hood type of costume. Obviously till they change it back. Now, we do cut over to Alice. Alice is obviously still grieving the loss of Ocean. And she does, earlier in the episode, Mary does come by and essentially she wants to thank her for getting Kate back, but obviously Alice is upset about Ocean and stuff like that. So yeah, but obviously Mary's like, look, even for you, even after everything we've been through, I feel bad for you, so I'm sorry for your loss. Now she goes to this, I guess, the Gotham City beach or something like that, and she's looking like she's gonna just throw out the ashes of Ocean. But then that's when Sophia comes up on her, and essentially Sophia's trying to make her go back to Koreana, and we find out how she's gonna make more desert rose flowers thanks to the poison ivy thing from obviously the Bat Cave. So that's how she's gonna regrow her flowers and everything. But the thing is, when it looks like Alice gonna give in and go back to the island of Koreana with Sophia and just give in, that's when we obviously see, which was pretty obvious that was gonna happen, Alice, I guess you could say, stab Sophia with a knife, as I guess you can say payback for killing Ocean. And essentially, we don't know if Sophia is dead. Alice made it seem like Sophia isn't dead and she's just going to be alive, and it seems like Alice is just going to torture her. But Sophia did warn Alice like there's going to be like a big gigantic war oncoming and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's kind of it. Obviously, when it looks like the Bat team is just down and out because of like everything's like gone, everything. That's kind of where the episode ends off. So next week it's going to be the season finale of Batwoman season 2. And next week, the one big important thing we saw next week in the trailer is the fact that we're going to see Luke don the new Batwing costume for the first time, which is a pretty cool looking costume. So next week is going to be the season finale. I'll talk about it next week. And then I'll probably make a video, my last Batwoman season 2 video, probably the week after that, discussing my entire thoughts of the season as a whole. And what I honestly thought is, and I'm just going to say it here so you get a little sneak peek of what I'm going to think. I think Batwoman season 2 is definitely a pretty solid season. Honestly, I would say it's better than the first season and pretty damn good. Obviously, you're going to have your haters say, Batwoman season 2 sucked and it had all these things. But honestly, after you kind of get past the first half of the season, second half of the season was pretty legit and pretty cool and pretty entertaining to watch. I liked the main villain, which was Blask Mask, was actually a pretty good freaking Black Mask, and for what they did, with the whole Ruby Rose falling out, I think they did a pretty good job at rebounding from that. So, hey, we'll see how it goes and stuff like that, or how this season ends. And yeah, but other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. So if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Batwoman, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to see my fun finale review for next week's Batwoman episode, as well as my season 2 overview. Other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're checking out this video. And yeah, but another thing I want to update you guys about is the fact that videos, if you check out any of my other videos on the channel, they won't be getting out as fast, is because mostly now I recently got hired to actually coach my former high school freshman football team. So if uploads are slow for the next few months, that's the reason why. So hopefully that's the case. So yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. So I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or when you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, I'll see you later. Until then, guys, peace.